see, now I'm live. And I see first is who? Do you remember who Alder cover is? Who's first? I have to do the pop-up chat. Remember Alder cover?
Probably.
Really? He was just here like less than a week ago.
I don't know people's on-screen names.
All summer long. It's Albert.
Oh, Albert's Alder cover.
Albert's Alder cover. Yeah.
I didn't know that was his screen name.
He's also, we got a lot more chat here too. I just have to.
Holy moly.
Take it to live chat. Yeah, it starts out automatically with just kind of like the top chat, and it just picks out one. So basically, a second ago, I thought Albert was the only one to say hello. No, there's quite a bit, including the guy still waiting for his mountain.
Has the mountain not arrived yet?
Raymond is looking for another. I said we could just send him another one. There's the lady on Heygo that's expecting her Saxon to arrive. I told her we sent it by Viking ship, so it could take a while.
Jag vet inte vilken Saxon ska det ha?
Do you remember? You have to tell the story because that was Heygo, not YouTube, so they don't know.
You can tell that story. You're the one who sold me.
Okay, so when Heygo, we had to. I have to write a message that we had to cancel it after, because Karl has no voice. Anyway, so we were gonna have a Heygo sending tonight, Warriors and Raiders. But we had to cancel it. But we've had this one in the past, so we needed to have a fight. So Karl and you were beating the crap out of each other, and we kind of turned it into a game. Saxons versus Viking, and so then we had to see which one won, and unfortunately you kicked his butt, but you beat my boyfriend's, but that's okay. I got to pick him up afterwards. It was quite fun. But anyway, so the audience was participating in that. They were voting Team Saxons, and we had a lot of British people online. Then we had Team Viking, and then the one lady who was like, "Yay, I win. What do I get?" And we said, "We'll have your Saxon off in the mail to you." She wanted you by DHL. I said, "No, we're sending it to Viking Express, so it's coming in on a Viking boat." But I'm sorry, we haven't delivered them yet. So there's the really quick story.
I'm not sure I look so much like a Saxon at the moment.
No,
so
Viking. No, we had to. We were. I think we were laying it on thick for the British.
It might help having you in the monk outfit.
So who are you guys? While I take a photo of the background for Peruda, who are you two? You have to say.
Who are you?
Who am I? I'm on.
This way.
And who am I?
You're Greg.
All the time, every day.
He's sometimes the prior.
Friar Gregor.
Yeah.
At your service.
Okay, I have a photo to send to Peruda. Peruda says.
Gregory Tuck.
Yes, Gregory Tuck, ancestor of Friar Tuck.
Peruda says, I need to start planning something special for my 1,000th subscribers mark because it might be next week. And I realized I'm at like 982, 3 or something like that. So yeah, what should we do when I hit 1,000? If I hit 1,000, it's either next week or the week after. I tend to get like a little bit every time because I'm really good at promoting myself. I'm Karin. It looks like Karin. So anyway, yeah, Peruda's here. You can see her. She's blue in the chat. So if you don't behave, she'll kick you out.
Hello, everyone, and hello, Peruda. Sorry, I haven't been around lately. I've been too tired, but this time someone caught me.
I wouldn't have let him go home. No, it's been a very busy summer.
Oh, it has. It has.
Because half our employees are stuck in other countries, and then I see Veslemoy's in the background. Hi, Veslemoy. Har du laget något fint? Nah, I thought she made something, but she didn't.
Fair enough.
Vill du si hej på YouTube?
Hello.
She's going to feed the chickens with leftover lefse pieces because they're really old, she said. They're kämpegamla, really old. Yep, Albert says house in the background. That's the house Albert lived in, right? There. If I can see it there. Yep. Okay, so we have to say hi to people, by the way. Charlotte, bad word, hello. She just wants to make me swear online. I would never flip and do that. No, Charlotte was just here last week too, so it's good to see her on the both sides actually. And she was baking right there. Her house was over. Oh, I can do this that way.
As she tries to stab Aunt in the eye at the same time. That's
it's so hard to be a Viking.
It's hard to be a Viking.
Leon is here as well. She says hello, Vikings. Let's see. Susan Youngman. She had 3 days of rain at Adirondack, but now it's nice and sunny at 29 degrees. And she's working on her toe-up socks. So far, so good. Ooh,
You said raiding.
raining.
Oh, rain.
Were you raiding? She was raiding. We need rain. The waterfall. See, now that we finally took forever to get the computer in position.
No,
and
you
I moved
see,
it.
you never say that you need rain at the start of a YouTube tour because now it's going to rain halfway through and we're going to have to run with the computer undercover.
That's okay. Do you have a flashlight?
No.
No, Vikings didn't have flashlights. Anyway, you can see we need more rain. It's looking thin up there, but it'll take a lot for it to go away. But the other ones have disappeared. We did get some rain. I was gone.
Yes, we got a little bit.
Hmm.
Not much, but a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm assuming everyone can hear us, by the way.
Yeah, they can. They might have trouble hearing art, so I'll just shift this to my other boob. And then maybe right now it's just scratching. So I did find out last week, though. Last week, I gave the microphones to 2 people that were in the middle, and you could hear them very well, and thinking that they could hear me if I pointed my face towards the screen. No, you could hear it better when I turned my head towards the microphone. So we'll just snuggle up to my left boob here. And they should hear you very well. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's on my wolf's head.
On the wolf's head. The wolf is talking. Yeah, show us your wolf. Stand up.
Do I have to?
Yep. You said you were tired and I'm not buying it.
The fact that I'm actually halfway falling.
Show us your wolf.
It's a very nice wolf.
There
It's a wolf. It's a wolf. It's a wolf. I'm sitting back down, people.
Yeah, it's a wolf. Where did you get the wolf, by the way?
Gudvangen Market 2015, 2016,
Yeah,
something like that.
Here who had pelts. Yeah.
Is that the same guy that has the links?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And they were humane captures, from what I understand
Yep.
as well. Yeah, they were not.
They were.
They
No.
weren't killed from their pelt.
No.
They're like natural causes kind of thing.
Yep.
Let's see. And Lyra says she woke up to a huge lightning storm today, and now they're at 105 heat advisory. Oh my God, it's got everywhere. The trees are actually starting to look a little green again, but the ones that went yellow have gone brown. But it actually looked okay at the top of the mountain, but there was no snow. I drove over yesterday and today, and way up there, so like about 1,400 meters up, then you could see there was a little bit of snow, but the rest of it was all gone. But at least the flowers and stuff were green. By the way, toe-up socks. Good job. I stopped doing toe-up socks because every time I do it, they end up longer than I think because I misjudge the stretch. So anybody who can get a good fit with toe-up socks, I'm very impressed with them.
Fair enough.
I sent Angela off with hers. I should probably post that at some point.
Angela has socks.
I did, yeah, but they're like yoga socks. But they were so wide because I started at the bottom and I didn't know how big her feet were. So I started at the base of the foot. Didn't know how big her foot was, so I made it so it fit really tight on mine because she's tiny. I know what you're doing over there, and I don't care. No, but anyway, this was a trick though. So when I finished the sock, then I had to go back and like undo the last row and pick it up and go work in the opposite direction up. And I did, and I made it a little tighter so it fits her. And I left her the ball of yarn and left the ends undone and said, "If you want them taller, here you go."
What's toe-up socks?
Toe-up socks is when you start at the
toe.
toe. You start here and then you go here and you can skip the ankle or do a different ankle and then you go up to the leg. Hello. But I start from here and go down because the stretching and needle binding is longer this way.
Yeah. Okay.
I should probably turn off the sound on my phone. So the stretching is longer this way, so I always misjudge how much it stretches. So when I make it toe up and then I put it back on here, I thought I had this wonderful fit, and then all of a sudden I find out I've got like baggy toe on the top, and I end up having to cut it, and it's annoying. I have no patience. So now I start mine at the top down. This is a hat though. This is York stitch, by the way.
I just need to come back to the fact that Angela has socks.
Angela has socks. Angela's feet are tiny. She's got teeny tiny little size 30.
Is that a hint towards me? I'm not cutting the end of my feet off just to fit the socks.
So I haven't finished Greg's socks yet, but no. That's actually, well, for one, summer. You're not the only one who's tired. But two,
no, I know.
I know. But you know,
I'm only joking.
But they are a bit rainbow colored, so I don't know how well it is to work on those in the village. I didn't know if it was too bright to work on something bright colored, but watch this segue here. We had plant dying in the village this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get to see it?
Yes.
I don't know if you were here. Yeah.
Oh, I saw it the last day they were here. That Leila was here. I saw
Leila
it.
was here and she did all kinds of plant dyeing. I put a little live sending on the Viking Valley Facebook page. You can take a look.
She had very vivid colours.
Oh yeah, but she's using indigo. Indigo is
True,
still a
but
little.
still.
We know they used indigo in the Viking Age, but it doesn't grow here, so it has to be imported. So how they did it, I don't know. She actually brought it and planted it here in May,
And
and then harvested it.
That yellow she got, that was amazing.
Oh, that's just birch leaves.
Yeah.
Birch leaves, copper pot. But the thing is, the reason mine don't come, well, for one, I pick them a little too late in the season, but she picked them now in August and it was still fine. So she stuffed the pot and as much leaves as you could fit in that pot, and then added even more and more and more and more. And then she took them out and added the
Is it
yarn.
that
in.
one?
One of them. Yep. That's the thing. That was the segue.
We are loading. We are loading.
Loading.
And we've loaded.
No. So the thing is, Leila had, when there's extra color in the pot and she only has so much wool. She brought her hand spun wool, by the way, too. She'd asked if anybody else had any yarn they wanted to throw in the pot. Oh yeah. So I got yarn. This looks really kind of white on screen, but it's a pale yellow. It's yellow, but it's like a chick.
Yeah,
Easter chicken.
Easter. Yeah. If anything, it's slightly yellower even than that, but it's close to that.
I held it up
That's a
to.
light green tone.
Almost. I don't know if that's. Yeah, it could be a little bit. But
Very, very, very minor, but there is a tiny,
yeah.
tiny
I
bit.
put it next to that white in the background there. Oh, here, white. You're wearing white.
Hang on.
There you go. You can see the yellow now compared to the whitish. Yeah. And then there was this one. This is the birch leaves. And you can see there's even brighter. But this one too, I have to scan it up, of course. This one is like the yellow in Ronald McDonald's. McDonald's yellow.
Hang on, you've got a birch leaf in it.
Yeah, it's okay. It'll come out when I can start getting used to it. I don't know where you can see those there because it's kind of contrasty with the light. But quite cool. And then I got some more colors. I'm totally ignoring chat. I will get there, I promise. Okay. So then she did tansy. One of those might be tansies. Those are reinfan in Norwegian. But the first time she did it, she threw it in an iron pot and underestimated the amount of iron that came through, so they came out kind of green. So this one was yellowy green.
I'd say it was greeny yellow, but yeah.
Is the cup half full or half empty? You can kind of see
Half
that.
empty, always half empty.
Yeah, but it's a really cool green anyway. So she did that for me. I told her to split up the yarn, so we'll see what I told her. I have to make her a stripe bag, and then to compare, these are the tansies in the iron pot, but it's a yellowish hue to the green. So you can see the other green. This was the light green we just showed, and again, yellows for comparison. Oh, it's too bad that it's so contrasty out, but it's because we have cloud cover today. And then this green as well. These are what happens when you put the tansies in the iron pot. But they're so cool.
They are.
Instead of my muddy green, because I don't watch the pot, I just chuck it all in there. And so you go, yeah, there we go, showing on the white.
Yes.
So she got those, and some of the yellows she over dyed with the indigo. Oh, this was a little bit of indigo in there, and it's kind of it's almost that poison green, but it's a little bit more teal in there. You can see the blue in it. But compare that to the yellower greens, and you can see maybe it looks. The light is not looking good. You'll have to watch the live video on Facebook, Viking Valley Facebook, and you can see how really cool they turned out. And then
that's nice.
But we'll come back to the indigo in just a second. She also, these are ones I bought from her last time she was here, though. But this is also a teal green from the indigo.
That's a gorgeous green, though.
This is woad.
Yeah, woad.
Woad for that one.
Very nice woad.
Yeah, and then she made
madder.
red. I thought she was using madder root as well. It turns out she was using bark.
Oh, okay.
I forget the name of the bark that she was using, but it's not it might be buckthorn, but anyway. But she used that, and then she also used mushroom kanelslur, which literally translates to cinnamon pipe or cinnamon
Cinnamon sticks?
Yeah, almost, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a mushroom anyway, just a little red mushroom.
Okay.
Or blooder, which is blood.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but that one, I don't know that we have any evidence that they used mushrooms in the Viking Age, so that was a questionable one. But so she colored a bunch of different ones in red, and then she added the indigo, and we got this kind of a burgundy purple. So these were fun.
And if you have any chance of using any of that in my socks, I'd be very appreciative because I like
maybe
that
not
colour.
socks, but definitely in something else though. Yeah, because it's a
Ooh.
different thickness. But yeah,
Yeah, well,
you
that
can see they're all the.
because I love
Oh, good.
purple.
Then I know what to do with that. Yep, perfect.
I love purple. It's my favourite
I've
colour.
been abusing it lately. It's the least I can do.
Thank you.
So
That's a nice colour
yeah,
as
this
well.
one was kinda
That one
fun.
I like.
Yeah, these two go well together actually.
Oh yeah.
The purpley
Very
red,
good.
and it's the same yarn too.
Please?
Yeah, no, we could do that. That would be better because you could do like it could get your wrist warmers.
Yeah,
Or-
awesome.
Or it has a
I
hat.
have a hat, but we
Yeah.
can find something.
We'll find
Warmers.
something. So, but this one is another questionable one. So we've got the mushroom that we don't know if Vikings used, and then we've got lichen, which we don't know if the Vikings used. This is Xanthoria. It's a yellow lichen that it's actually green, but when the sun hits it, it goes orange and then yellow, and it's everywhere on fallen branches here. So be careful when you pick lichen. Some of them are protected, but this one is all over the place on stuff that blows over.
I mean, I know that it's questionable that the Vikings had it, but the fact of the matter is that it definitely grows in the country.
It's everywhere. Same thing
Exactly.
with the mushroom.
So-
it's everywhere.
So I know that they're both questionable, but
So I don't know if we can
They're-
call it
they're-
plausible, but
I would say it's close to plausible,
close. They just haven't found any evidence, as far as I know, of any mushrooms.
which
being
is
used for
fair
dyeing
enough. But I would say it's plausible that
But it's everywhere.
It's everywhere, and I would say it's very plausible that they could have used it.
Well,
I
they
just
threw everything else, including urine, in the pot.
precisely. So why wouldn't they do it with something else?
It's the same thing about the helmets.
Yeah, exactly.
We have
We've only found two
but
helmets, but we're
Yeah.
pretty sure they had more.
So if you look really
Yeah.
close, this one's kind of different. When you color with this one, first you have to ferment the lichen, because I actually started fermenting it, but I haven't used it yet. But you ferment it for 3 months, and it stinks to hell because you have to you put it in a jar and
Hmm.
with 2/3 ammonia, 1/3 water, and you let it sit in there for 3 months. But you have to open the jar and put air in and shake it up with the lid back on, once or twice a day, I think. And every time I opened up, I thought I was going to die.
Oh, is that the ones that used to sit in the Freeman room?
Yes,
Oh
it's
God!
still sitting in the jar. They're done fermenting. I just haven't done anything with it. 'Cause it's taken me a year just to decide to.
Can I
open the
make
damn
Can I
jars.
make a request?
Yeah.
Don't open them in the Freeman room.
No. They're in the textile house now. But
What? Imagine if we were to make that historically.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have had to have that famous party.
oh yeah. You pee in the bucket. Well, drink a lot. Pee in the bucket. Leave the pee way over there for like 3 months until it really smells good. Albert wants to put it next to the blacksmith's house because he hadn't finished his nails. The blacksmith hadn't finished the nails. So he thought maybe if he put a pea bucket to ferment near the blacksmith, that might add some incentive for him to finish his nails. See, I'm not the only one who's late on my projects. Nudge, nudge. No, but anyway, this was the last batch. So this one came out almost silver looking, but both of them have a tinge of purple in it because this one, it comes out purple and it goes blue. It's really quite cool to see, but there is actually tinges of this one in there. So then I have, obviously, the indigo, the well-awaited for indigo. I'm sorry you cannot have this. This is mine. This is mine. That's the indigo.
That's okay. It's very nice, but I must admit I like the other two colours more for
Oh,
me.
good.
So
No, but I know what to do with that, actually. That's a really nice one to use. This is thicker. I'd probably use Oslo stitch with this. But this one here, these two that you liked, I think I would use at least Mommin with that one. Yeah, it's a little too thick for finish 2+2, but it's nice for Mommin. So that'll work out fast.
I know a way to annoy her.
Could it annoy me?
Mhm.
You forget whispering into a microphone doesn't make it very quiet.
I wasn't actually trying to be quiet, so
No. Okay, so I will catch up on.
what do you think about me asking for a sweater?
Oh, yes.
As long as you take the blacksmith deal, knowing that will never get done.
I'm joking. I mean, look at the size. It would take about 10 years.
So I got some chat to catch up on quite a bit. Anyway, Peruta just finished the tunic that she started last week. Oh, yay!
Well done.
Yeah.
We still need a needle bounded sail though.
Oh God, no.
No.
That wouldn't work. It'd just blow right through it.
Exactly.
You'd have to felt it, I think, and then it would weigh twice as much as a regular.
Yeah, no. I don't think that's a good plan, actually.
No. No, so Pruda finished that she started last week, the tunic. That would be really cool to see. I have yet to catch up on social media. I am so far behind, but I've begun commuting.
What social media?
My Instagram for one. I think I have 2 posts all summer.
You actually got a chance to post?
I did, but then I got all these nice comments and I haven't read them yet because
Okay.
so I have to do that, including how did you make that? But and also Facebook. I haven't been catching up on my Facebook notifications either.
Link those together.
Yeah.
One
No,
of
I
my
can't, it's
one of
different,
my
yeah.
closest friends in England. The
Yeah.
last time I spoke to him was on my birthday.
Mm.
That's March.
No, you're horrible.
So,
Who else has been failing at social media during the summer? Yeah. You're not raising your hand? Okay, there we go. Pressure.
I was about to nudge him then under the table.
Yes. But
Absolutely.
I did go back and forth to Vespi this week, so now I
Mhm.
begin commuting again because we don't have a lockdown and the kids are in school, so now I commute, so I will have more.
We don't have a lockdown yet.
No, but we are rising actually. We're on
Exactly.
We're rising on the 4th. I think we're 600 some now. But Ireland is under control.
Yes.
Yep, so that is really good to know. Any new cases that came out in the last week were all in quarantine already. Okay, so Shard says Bergen is sunny but windy, 15 degrees. It's getting colder in the evenings now. With a favorite cup of herbal drink, aka Red Bull. Don't heat that. Don't have a hot cup of Red Bull. Let's see. And she's making baked bread soon. Charlotte did a whole bunch of baking here for Viking. I thought that was so great.
hmm
That takes a lot of patience to sit and do that. Garcia's here.
I
from
tell you
Holland.
something, I'm afraid I didn't get a chance to try the bread that Charlotte made
Oh, it was
because I
good.
wasn't here when she was here.
And they made the perfect runny eggs with it, grated. And so I
Ooh.
put the egg on top of the bread and I started eating. It was so good. And I now have a nice yellow yolk stain
Oh yeah, I
down
see.
the front of my dress. It was so good.
But I just have to mention as well, because unfortunately I didn't try her bread,
Yeah.
but I did get to try the bread that Albert made with the honey that you gave him.
Oh, I didn't try that.
Oh,
Albert.
that was good. That was very good.
Albert.
That was awesome.
Was it the Merrick honey?
Yes.
Oh, which kind?
He used all of it to try a different batches. So he had made a
yeah,
different
'cause he
batch
had-
of everything.
I think it was
But
orange and chocolate.
That was
and
my favorite.
That was pretty good. I
It
don't really
came
like
with
orange.
just a little taste of
I have
both
to
of
put
that.
in there. It's
Oh
Tavern
my
John
God.
makes the honey.
Oh, it was absolutely gorgeous. So Albert, next time you're here, I expect more of that.
I can see if I can type.
I expect
Alberta.
lots more of that.
Mm.
As in, you're going to be making breakfast for all of the workers in the village from now on.
There you go. Yeah, no, they make flavored honeys. They're really good.
Oh, yes, they are.
The cinnamon one is my favorite, actually.
The cinnamon, he made a bread with the cinnamon one as well. That was
Mm.
also really good. I
That was
like the
good.
chocolate and orange more.
That was really good. The chocolate
That
orange one,
was,
yeah.
and that bread that he made with that is, oh,
I put
yeah.
it in tea sometimes to get a little kick
Mhm.
anyway, but oh, it was good.
it was very good.
No, we have to get him here so we can get more. He's trying
Mhm.
to, though, Merrick, but he's stuck in
I
Poland.
know.
Raymond says it's midnight, and of course, and well, now it's after midnight. 14 degrees Celsius. So he's starting to in Perth, Australia. So he's getting a little bit towards summer now, I think. They're just
Well, spring.
spring. Yeah, they're in
Yeah.
spring. Spring has sprung with Raymond. He's finished his jumper and sweater last week. Have you seen it? And, well, it's a sweater. In your case, it's a jumper. But for me, it's a sweater.
What did I just say about social media?
No, you didn't see it, but you have to see it. It's so cool. It's a lot of stripes and even got a picture of himself in it. That
Awesome.
I managed to see that. So there you go.
I haven't been on social media except for the occasional, oh yeah, Facebook does exist. That's about all I've had chance to do.
Oh, you have missed
Oh, no.
missed Adrian and his cross dressing.
He
Oh.
did what now?
Yep, Adrian. It's Conan 88. If you look at the last week's episode, there's a link to him.
Okay.
Conan 90.
Well,
maybe.
yes, I missed that completely.
Oh, no, I have to see it yet. No, we got him cross dressing.
He did a Thor cosplay.
Oh,
He
okay.
posted the picture on his Instagram.
Okay.
So you have to go and see.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and Raymond doesn't know what he should make next week. What should Raymond make next week? He made a sweater, I mean, so we got to make it more different. I think you should make a helmet. A Yarmanboo helmet. What do you think? A fox? A
So long
wolf?
as he's making it out of metal, then that's fine.
No. He's got a wool. Are you kidding?
Well, you can't have What would Karl say if you said he's making a woolen helmet? I mean,
I would tell him it was historically accurate and watch him fry. Or no, it's not historically accurate, but it's plausible because they can't prove that they didn't have one.
but
You
why
can't prove that
would...
they didn't have one. They had the wool.
They did have it.
They did have the wool. They had the head.
Okay. I'm afraid I'm going to have to side with Karl on this one, but
You can't
no, no.
Karin.
Yeah, no.
Yes, I'm sorry.
You're siding with me.
Move your blimmin' hand.
If I can have mushroom dyes, you can have.
Oh, don't steal my
And
sword.
Heidi Lisa is here. Runa is.
I'm a Viking. Of course I'm stealing your sword.
Well, Runa had the day off today. Purta says, yes, hello, Greg. Hi, long time no see. So have you sold the monk then, asks Albert. Did we sell the monk or did we just burn him?
I think we burnt him.
We burned him. Greg is also a monk sometimes. So this is obviously referring to the Saxon thing.
Oh.
But we have to bring you as a monk in on Heygo too. We haven't done Heygo in a little while, but we hope to do it again real soon.
Well, it's not
Maria
cold enough
made it.
for me to be a monk yet.
Mm-hmm.
Give it another couple of weeks, then the monk can start becoming resurrected.
Yeah. Okay. It's a deal. I'm gonna.
Unless, of course, it gets hot again, in which case he's dead until it gets cold.
I'm running out of Vikings for YouTube, so you'll have to bring a monk. They bring a monk. That'll do.
Now the question is the monk still a monk, or has he?
No, if I'm
fully corrupted.
If I'm a monk, then we're gonna have to do the sending behind Georg's house where you've got the cross, the stone cross, and I'm just gonna have to start the YouTube by doing a little bit of blessings, and but if we do it anywhere else in the village, I am susceptible to being killed. If I do it in the chieftain's home, then I'm safe because he's made that a sanctuary for monks.
Yep.
Yeah, but Albert is no longer being chased around by you for his silk. You have to tell the story about that too.
Well,
why do you chase Albert and say he's a thief?
No, I don't say he's a thief. I say he's an outlaw.
Albert is undercover in chat there. Okay, tell the story of that while I keep cruising.
Well, the only people who could afford silk garments in the Viking Age were either extremely high up people in the Viking society. So maybe a chieftain, but probably more likely a jarl or a king. And yet there are some other Vikings, in particular members of the Byzantine Emperor's bodyguard, what we call the Varangian Guard. Now, the Varangian Guard, they were paid extremely well, so they could, of course, afford silk. But they were also many times also outlaws, which is why they ended up in the Byzantine Empire in the first place. So if you had a silk tunic and you were not a member of the royal class, you were probably an outlaw. And as far as I'm aware, Albert is not a member of the royal class, and he came up with all these different excuses and he never stuck to the same story. So I'm pretty certain that he's obviously an outlaw. So I'm 98% certain that he's an outlaw.
You grabbed a sword and chased him around the village
while he was
wearing the silk tunic.
Yes. Well, I think that it's only right that the non-outlaws get the silk tunic and the outlaws get a new grave. I think this is a fair thing.
Of course.
Alfred says, shush. No, I'll take the raw silk tunic.
I mean, the other thing is that Karl had a different theory, and his theory there was that Albert and the chieftain had something going on.
Okay.
So and the drama in the Viking village continues. Just when I thought we didn't have any gossip left. The best thing is the gossip.
So Albert,
the gossip that isn't true is the best. I like this one.
So
to be continued. Well, I bet you wish you didn't leave now, Albert.
He's trying to come up with a way to defend himself, and he's just like.
Oh,
so.
Hey, I'm not there. I know. That's what I'm talking about you. You always blame the one that's not here. Duh.
Of course, this is how it works. I mean,
This
if
is
I'm
how
not
you-
here, how
this
do you think I get thrown under the bus?
This is how we sell.
They
out
don't do it when I'm here.
No.
Speaking of, oh,
Hope you lost your microphone.
I lost the microphone. I'm sorry.
I'm sure they heard.
I think the wolf threw it on the floor.
My left boob might have picked it up. Okay.
Oh dear.
Let's see. There's some more. here.
Speaking of, there's another Viking, or there's
Yeah.
2 Vikings here at the moment who we need to throw under the bus tonight. So, why is the other 2 not here?
The other 2. Which 2 are we thinking of? Anders?
No, although that's the 3rd one, so that's
Anders
another
drove
good
with
one.
me to Vestby. Well, he did all the driving on the way back from Vestby today, so he's probably sleeping.
Again, wasn't the one I was thinking of. I was thinking of the Draugr.
Oh, Karl. Yeah, no, he
Oh.
has no voice. So yeah.
Yeah, but isn't this a perfect opportunity to therefore throw him under the bus?
Oh yeah, I came home and okay, the Draugr doesn't know how to comb his hair, but he doesn't know how to cut it either, so it's like really long. And so I come home and there's this big knot. I swear to God, it was a rat's nest on the back of his head, and I'm looking at him going, have you missed me? Because I like to sit and pick the knots out of the back of his head.
Oh,
So he's
I've
looking
got
more Draugr
I have
lately.
got such a good idea to mess with all sorts of people now.
Oh, good.
No, I'm messing with you.
Ooh.
I'm going to give Karl a pair of scissors next week when she's in Oslo.
No, I hate his hair.
The carding combs.
Oh yeah, no, we use that on Greg.
No, yeah, that's my punishment for giving him a pair of scissors to cut his own hair off. But at least then you've got material to spin with.
Oh yeah, I gotta catch up on some chat here. We've been missing out too much. So yes, Maria's in Sweden, by the way. How in the hell do you manage to cross borders in Europe? That's pretty good though. I haven't been to Sweden since May 2019. I want to go, and I live an hour away.
I've never been there.
Oh, we are getting a side trip. Whenever you come back with me on these weeks, one of these weekdays anyway, but we'll have to make sure we have everything sorted before we go over the border, before we come back. Also, I've heard that the queues on the way into Oslo, on the way into Norway again, are insane. They're huge.
No, I've just never been over the border.
Pruda says she's so jealous for people who got to the village. You're next. We will get you here. Maria's working on shafts on a pair of socks for herself and just began a new triangular shawl for myself, two in multicolor yarn. Oh, the multicolor yarn's cool. I always get a little nervous if I'm using too much color, but when you see the colors that Leila got, by all means, go for it. So I think I will have to. But I like that you're working on more than one project at the same time. I have like 3 in my bag right now. Do you remember? This one is still not done. I have to put the...
Is that the neck?
That's the cowl, yeah, but it was too tight, so I cut it and I'll put a placket on here so that it can be buttoned up in the front instead, and then it gets a little bigger. So anyway, yes, no, I'm finishing all of my projects. I don't know about you.
You are?
No. How's your socks going?
Well, as well as the tunic.
A cowl could be something to make with rings.
Yeah, but I do have a cowl.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he does have a cowl actually. Yeah. Well, we will think of
So
something.
we will think of something.
Or we will figure out what they're gonna
cowl.
So Raymond is gonna make a helmet. And no, we'll figure out what Raymond's gonna make. We'll figure out what I'm gonna make with those colors for you, but I have some time to think about it. So this will be good. Alder said he left his sewing kit behind, so he can't work on his tunic. Oh no, you're just gonna have to buy a new kit. You left it behind, did you? Now where exactly did you leave it? He also lost his bracelet on the way home, I noticed, so I hope that turns
Oh
out,
Christ,
though,
that's not good.
No, those are silver, if I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Lyra said she made a hat with the woad she died in Dalarna. It was way too small, so apparently that stitch needs extra. Yeah, Dalarna does this. It wants to contract a bit like York. So this is York. It looks small, but it actually stretches much bigger. Yeah, this one is one that stretches, and Dalarna stretches. It's like finger cuffs, Dalarna. Like Chinese finger cuffs or whatever they call them. When you put it on your finger and you can't get your hand out when you pull. But if you relax it, then you can pull your finger right out because it will go in this way. So if you pull, it gets long, but it does have more stretch to it. So yeah, you might have to now a little bit. Also, it can be kind of a little on the thick side too. So, but you can probably cut it too as well and put like a stripe in. Just this is what I was doing with mine. I'm just making a chain back and forth, and then I will sew it on top of where it's cut. So you can just make a chain back and forth as wide as you want. Maybe put a stripe in the hat. That could look kind of cool. I want to see. I like experimenting. Nothing goes to waste. Not when you play with woad. So there you go. Does anyone done that on? I need some tips. It's my favorite stitch. Yeah, I always add a little extra because it wants to shrink on its own. Greg, it hugs. That was it. I made wrist warmers for twirl out of it, but it just hugs your hand because of the stitch. Alder says Greg is also Albert is also waiting for some socks. I did draw around his foot though. Yeah, it's been that kind of summer. Okay, I have to let's see.
Yeah, but Albert, mine got started back in my birthday. Yep. In fact, before my birthday.
So there's no longer a blacksmith sweater issue. So now it's the monk's socks.
Monk's socks. That's a very wealthy monk if he's wearing those colors.
Socks?
Yeah, okay.
Saxon socks. Saxon socks. Purdy says she made a hat for her dad, but now he says he doesn't think so because there's a hat that fits my baby niece. Oh, but not him. Somebody washed it in hot water.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I made Varga a hat and he washed it, but he actually had a baby, so the baby got it.
Okay, well.
That was okay then. Yeah, hand wash only. I totally agree. Drea's here as well. I'm really behind now.
Who was it that made something with wild sheep yarn?
Oh, that was Julie Miners. Yeah.
The plan was
I think she's in here somewhere.
The plan was to shrink it.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, wild sheep yarn, it's not cut.
No.
So it doesn't take water.
Nope. Not really. You have to shock it with temperature.
So it didn't work out. It made some very big socks, and they still continue to be.
Oh yeah, no. You have to shock them temperature wise and agitate the crap out of them. Wear them in the shower, but let them dry on your feet. So you'll have clampy, but that might help. And then walk around everywhere.
We're put in boiling water and still a very big.
You left the orange and the chocolate honey in the Freeman room, Greg. And Yenny Erickson. Okay, so Yenny, this is the reason why I dragged out Greg, and I'm going to have to shut up in about 3 minutes and let him tell a story. This is what made me think I had to drag him. So on your Facebook, you wrote, where was it? No, it's on your Instagram.
I was going to say, that's on the Instagram.
It's on the Instagram. You made a deal for some socks with a storyteller. The deal for 2 socks is one of your favorite Iron Age stories to be told. One was Beowulf, that's a long one, and the other one is the tale of when Loki cut off Sif's hair as a prank, something that, among other things, led to Thorgrim's famous hammer Mjolnir, and Sif got magical golden hair as compensation. So I thought we needed Greg for that. Now let's see if I can find my YouTube window again so we can see what we look like when we're doing this. And then bring the chat back.
You would need a long time.
Yep. For Beowulf, I would nearly need the entire YouTube sending.
Yeah, no, get your own channel.
Yeah.
Just kidding. You should actually. You should have a channel in addition to.
And I knew that was coming as well.
Yeah. Winter's coming. We got time now. Suddenly. Okay. Let's see. What else did I not catch up? My mic is a bit low. Oh no. It's been low for a while, I'm betting, but that's good. Usually I'm screaming. I'll just hold it in my hand. And Heather's here from Alabama. Wow. It's hot down there, I bet. Jenny wanted to know if she missed burning the monk.
Yes.
We'll put him on fire again. It's a no. Raymond Robb, I'm going backwards now, says wool helmet is historical accurate for us Australian sheep herders.
I saw that one.
Karl called him a sheep herder once. And I think...
You've caught up to where you were before you went over to
Maria
Instagram.
says my mic was low, but that might have been when I was bending. We were in Denmark and Germany a week ago, says Yanni, all possible with the Corona Pass. Oh, there's a Corona Pass. I've been in a village too long. Lindsay Langley is here. Yay, I haven't seen her in a while. Normally she has to work, but I'm in quarantine. Oh, I'm sorry you're in quarantine, but I'm so glad you're with us. Oh, that's good to see some names again. Cases increasing again in Sweden, says Yanni, but not too bad yet. Albert says, yeah, it was a silver one that he missed, that he lost. He said he bought that on the last day, and when he was almost home, he found out he had lost it, and it was so annoyed. Oh no. Okay, so yes, no, I've caught up close enough here. Thomas says hi, Greg, by the way.
Oh, hello,
Lady
Thomas.
yeah. Okay, tell the story. Do you have? You can hear him. I'm assuming. I'm the only one that's. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Click this back on my boob and let Greg tell.
Do I have to tell stories? You don't want to hear me telling stories, do you?
Stories.
So he
no,
wants
no.
you to beg. Yep, I see a lot. See, it says yes. It's a great story. Yes, we're saving Beowulf for winter, and I look forward to hearing Greg tell the Loki and Sif one though.
Okay, I guess I don't have much choice, do I?
All right, I'm gonna needle bind. You talk.
So the story of Loki, Sif's hair, and how Thor got his hammer.
Story.
Oh dear. Okay, I can tell it's been a long time since I told a story.
That's okay. We're grading on a curve.
And so the story, as almost all stories in the Norse mythology starts with Loki trying to play one of his notoriously unfunny pranks. And this particular time, he decided that it would be very funny to cut off all of Thor's golden locks while she's asleep. And so he...
Thor or Sif?
Sorry, Thor's wife. Thor's wife's golden locks.
Okay.
My mistake, sorry.
Story for Yenny.
Yeah, they cut off Thor's golden locks. Yeah, Thor's wife Sif's golden locks. And so he sneaks into her room at night. I don't quite know why that she and Thor weren't in the same bed together. So that was kind of lucky for for Loki, because if Thor had caught him, wouldn't have gone very well. And he sneaks in and he manages to cut off all of her hair and then sneaks out again, probably sniggering the entire time while he's doing this. And so in the morning, wake up Sif does, and she goes and she starts doing her morning routine, and then she spots a image of her reflection. What in, I don't know. But she discovers, oh my word, I've got no hair. Where's all my hair? And she starts frantically panicking. And of course, her mind immediately goes, Loki, what has he done? So she goes running to...
Thor probably snores.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, continue.
And so basically, she goes running to Thor. And as she's coming, he probably went, hello, dear, how are you? What happened to your hair? And then out comes the story of, oh my God, my hair is gone. It's Loki. Loki. And so Thor goes after Loki as fast as he can. And naturally, he captures Loki and is probably about to beat him senseless at the very least. And Loki realizes this and he says, wait, I can fix this. I'll go to the dwarves. They'll make her a new hair made of gold, pure gold, and it will grow like real hair. She'll be the most beautiful woman in the world. Thor stops. Must have taken a lot of energy to stop him from pounding Loki, because I'm sure he really wanted to do this. But he says to Loki, if you manage to pull this off, then maybe I won't kill you. So Loki goes down to the dwarves and he goes to the sons of Ivaldi, who are at that point renowned as the best smiths of the 9 worlds. But Loki, as always, doesn't decide to do things the sensible way. And so he comes down and he starts making lies. And he goes to the sons of Ivaldi and he says to them, you have been chosen as the best smiths of the 9 worlds to forge 3 great gifts for the gods. And 2 of these gifts are your complete and utter decision on what they should be. But the 3rd has to be a hairpiece made of pure gold that will grow as real hair does for the wife of Thor, Lady Sif. So the sons of Ivaldi set to work, and they make 3 fantastic gifts for 3 of the most powerful of the gods. So the first thing they make is a golden arm ring for Odin, which is called Draupnir. And they go to Loki with this gift, and they tell him how this ring will, every 9th day, drop 9 more rings of equal value and weight to the original. So, very great gift for him. The next gift, no, sorry, I've made a mistake. That was not made by the sons of Ivaldi. The thing that they make for Odin is actually his spear, Gungnir.
Oh, that's right.
And Draupnir is made by other dwarves later on. So I was just getting the 2 dwarven families mixed up. But they make for him his spear, Gungnir. And they tell him that this spear, when thrown, will never miss its mark and will kill what it hits. Then they make for Frey a giant ship, a ship called Skidbladnir or Shipbladnir, depending on how you pronounce it. Pronunciation's not my gift.
I think it's Shipbladnir.
Probably. So they create the ship Shipbladnir. And this is a fantastic ship that can sail not just on the oceans, but through the skies as well. And this particular ship can hold the entire horde of Asgard, and yet also be folded up and put into Frey's pouch. And then finally, they make the hair for Sif. So Loki accepts these gifts, and he decides that he is going to return to the gods and honors the sons of Ivaldi for their great work. But on his return journey, he goes past a workshop of 2 more dwarves, Brock and his brother Sindri. And he thinks, well, hang on a minute. If I've got 3 great gifts, that's one thing. But if I come back with 6 great gifts, 6 great gifts. Yes, I think I will do this. So he goes into the Brock and his brother, and he starts bragging about the gifts that the sons of Ivaldi have made for the gods, and how no smith in the 9 worlds could ever match their skill. And just by going on and on about this, he starts to really irritate Brock and Sindri. And he actually is very confident that nobody could ever match their skills. And so Brock and Sindri, they say, will you make a bet on this? Yes, of course I make a bet on this. Well, if you bet your head that we are less skilled than the sons of Ivaldi, and the other dwarves disagree, the other gods disagree, and that we are better smiths, then we get your head as a prize. Loki's like, yeah, of course, no problem. No way are they going to beat them. Yes, absolutely, go for it. And so off they go into the back room, and Loki thinks, well, there's no way they can beat them, but I'm better just check that they don't anyway, just to be on the safe side. And so he turns himself into some sort of stinging or biting insect, and he flies into the forge, and he watches what they're doing. And he gets more and more and more afraid as they start the first of the 3 great works. And Brock said he takes a hide and metal, and he throws it into the forge all together. And he says to his brother, start using the bellows on this. And whatever you do, do not stop working these bellows under any condition. And so Sindri is working away at the bellows, and he's working on the work very hard. And Loki thinks, I can't have this. He's got to stop. He has to stop. So he buzzes into the room, and he lands on Sindri's leg, and he stings him really hardly. Sindri flinches, Yes, bit like what Karen's doing with the needle, if you saw that.
Vaccine.
They went in my other arm, wrong
Oh, well,
arm.
turn around.
Anyway, so he stings him, but Sindri doesn't even pay much attention. He just goes, oh, and carries on. Anyway, that's all Loki had time to do, because at this point, Brock comes back in, and Loki has to leave the room quickly, even if he is an insect, before Brock swats him. So, when Brock comes out a few moments later, he comes with this arm ring Draupnir that I've already mentioned. And he presents it, and as I say, it's a ring made of gold that every 9th day drops 9 more rings of gold of equal value and worth. And Loki is incredibly impressed, but he plays it off. Oh, yes, of course, but the gods have wealth to spare. This is just a trinket to the gods. Brock goes off to the forge again, more angry and more determined still to prove his worth. Loki once again turns himself into some sort of insect and goes in after him. And once again, Brock has to leave Sindri to pump the bellows while the metal is heating up, along with this time the hide that I mentioned before in the forge as well. And as he heats it up and starts to work, Loki again gets very afraid. So this time he does once again goes to sting Sindri. But this time he stings him on the back of the hand, hoping that that will make him let go. And yes, it does irritate Sindri a bit more. And he goes, oh, you... But he still doesn't stop his task. But unfortunately for Loki, once again, in comes Brock, and he has to get away quick before he's swatted, much like that wasp or bee is going to be in a few seconds' time.
It's wasp season.
Yes, it's very much wasp season. They like Aunt and myself at the moment for some reason. And so that meant that Loki had to wait while Brock comes in, this time trailed by a magnificent golden boar. And he goes to Loki and says, this is a gift for the Lord Frey. And as Frey is related to the god of summer, it is created to announce his abilities by glowing like the sun. But it also has the ability to run across the air, across the ocean, and go practically anywhere that Frey would want to go. Loki says, well, yes, this is a great gift, but nothing compared to Frey's sword or to the hair made for Sif. This is nothing but a parlor trick. Brock is even more angry. So off he goes back to the forge, and Loki once again is trying to hide the fact that at this point he's starting to sweat quite profusely from fear. So he once again turns himself into an insect and follows Brock into the forge. But what he sees this time has him absolutely petrified. For what seems to be taking shape in the forge is a magnificent warhammer. Well, this he just cannot stand to have completely made without any problem. So this time he goes in as the insect, and he lands right on the forehead above the eye of Sindri.
Like right there?
Yes,
like
there,
right
yes,
right there?
yes,
I'm not
exactly.
sure if I got the right spot.
You know, you
right
got
there,
the right spot.
Like,
and draws blood. Don't you dare draw blood. And Sindri screams this time, and he lets go of the forge and starts bashing away at it, much like I was doing a few moments ago with the wasp that tried to bite me. No. 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 And so, of course, this ruins, or almost completely ruins, the work of Brock and his brother Sindri. Luckily, Brock is able to salvage most of the work. And so when he comes out of the forge, as pleased as Loki was, he is mortified to find that the hammer has still taken great shape. It's just got a slightly shorter handle than it was meant to have. And Brock says, all right, this is for Thor. and I will tell you of this one's gifts when we get back with the rest of the gods. You're coming with me? Yes, of course I'm coming with you. I need to make sure that our deal is honored properly. Okay. So Loki goes, as I say, quite fearful at this point, back to the gods. And when he gets there, he presents both to Odin, but also Sif and all the other gods, the gifts that he got from the sons of Vivaldi. And he, of course, makes them sound as good as he possibly can. Don't you dare.
They said I could.
Stop. Stop. Jenny, I will stop. I'm telling this story for you. I'll stop telling it. I won't finish.
Well, Raymond says no bloodletting of this storytelling.
Thank you, Raymond. I greatly appreciate
Yeah,
that.
he hasn't received his mountain yet. Okay.
And so he presents the gifts, and naturally the gods are stunned by what the sons of Vivaldi have made. And Sif, of course, is extremely ecstatic to have this new, genuine gold hair that can grow from her own head. And so she is absolutely ecstatic. And she thinks that, yes, Loki's won this, no problems, blah, blah, blah. And then Brock says, hang on a minute. You haven't even seen what I've got for you yet. And so, thank you, Peruda. I greatly appreciate that. Ha! You've lost Peruda's backing there. And so Brock presents the items to the gods. And far from being stunned, they are absolutely awestruck. And they can't even find words for a few moments. But Odin eventually gives a mighty, well, as great a gift as the sons of Vivaldi has made us, there is one item here that trumps all others. And that is this mighty hammer that you, Brock, and your brother have made for Thor. And this hammer that is able to be thrown and returned to the hand and kill without actually needing to hit more than once, this definitely takes the prize. So Brock lets out a mighty gleeful ha ha, and he gets out his knife and he goes for Loki as fast as he can. But Loki is as fast with his tongue as he is with running away. And so this time he starts shouting, yes, 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 of course. I made this agreement. You can take my head. Yes, I will take your head, but you cannot harm my neck. That's not part of the agreement. What? You can have my head, but you can't take the neck. No, 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 you cannot take my neck.
I can take the head chin up.
And Loki says, Odin says, Loki has a fair point. You cannot take his neck. Brock is absolutely horrendously outraged by this. And he declares vengefully, well, if I cannot take his head, I can at least take his lying tongue and stop it from talking. So he takes out of his belt a great awl and he pierces the lips of Loki's mouth, all while he is awake and screaming in agony as he's pouring with blood. And Brock sews Loki's mouth shut. And as he's sewing it shut, all the other gods are just laughing at the spectacle going on in front of them. And so Brock finally finishes and he leaves Asgard as fast as he can. And Loki, he runs out of the walls of Asgard and he rips the stitches out. And all he can hear is the howls of laughter from the gods behind him. And he vows he will have his vengeance. And there's the go. The end of the story.
Yenny said I had to leave him until he's done. No, but perfect timing. We got 1 minute.
No more stories for Yenny.
No, I think that was perfect. I didn't know what we'd talk about today, and I saw her post. It just came up first on the list. I'm like, oh, yay. So that was good. Look at how many people were so happy to hear your stories. It's been too long. Are you going to come back and tell another one next week? It'll be on Friday.
If I'm alive, yes.
Fudge. No, it'll be Friday next week as well. September, we're not quite sure yet, but Friday next week as well. Next week we have Fighters in the Village again.
Yes, we do.
Borgvin market in Bergen got cancelled because of the increasing numbers anyway. But also they because you have to provide a certain amount of, they only have so many bathrooms and things, whatever. I don't know, but we have the facilities so we can take them.
Hmm.
So the fighter said, "Can we come to you?" And we said, "Yes, you can."
The fighters have also said, "Can Greg do leather working?" I don't have time to do any leather working at all at the moment.
Oh, but the summer's almost over now, so lots of time now. No, you can try.
Well, if next Friday was like this Friday, then there's no chance I've got time.
I saw there was a lot of people on the.
Oh yeah.
Greg's Leatherwork YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I have chance. I mean, I just don't have the time at the moment.
We are actually doing online projects though, so that's one of them that we want to do is crafting.
Yes,
so hopefully,
absolutely.
And then you can pay to see him on behalf of Guas, and then he'll have no choice because it'll be on work hours.
See, I don't mind doing it. I enjoy doing it. It's just the timing to do it. I can't exactly sit down in Guas hours when I'm meant to be guiding and do leather work because I think Toril might kill me for that one.
So these are the kind of things we do in the winter, in the off season. So when we have lots more time. So this is as far as I got on the hat. It's almost done. Looks tiny, but if I take my hair out of a ponytail, you can see it stretches quite a bit.
That's nice.
It won't fit me.
No, it might. Try it on. It's seriously, it stretches even more than my head. Try it on. Oh,
There goes the mic again.
It fits.
It fits.
It fits.
Yep.
I was trying to make a joke.
It fits. You can't have it though. It's for the shop.
That's fine. I've got one from you. It's fine.
Okay, so then he said, Bruce's Greg should tell stories while crafting. Like Bailey Sarian tells stories while she does makeup.
If I'm telling stories while crafting and I suddenly stab myself with the needle, then you're going to hear a lot of swearing and not very many stories.
Some people pay extra for that. I'm just saying.
Problem is the video gets demonized.
No. Well, no, we do get swearing in here. It's not made for kids, this one. Because in order for people to comment on it, you have to make it not available for kids.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm going to do the little thing and say like and thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, because I am actually really close to 1,000.
And then she can use the mobile phone to do this instead of the computer. I have to have
a certain amount of, I think it's like a certain amount of watched hours, which I think I would have after 75 episodes. And then I can send it on the phone in a gimbal and we can move. No, so I don't know. Let's see. I hope though. Anyway, that's what I've been hoping. So yeah, no, you actually have to do it this time. No, but thank you so much for joining us and playing with us, and we will see you on Friday. You're gonna come back? Are you here still?
I think so.
You can come play. You have to bring your rope then too next time too, so that you can see if you haven't seen Arndt's rope in a while. Oh no, you're working on a staff over there. We'll show that after too.
Yeah, I'm working on stuff as well.
Yep. So we expect a week's more work on it, and then you'll show us. Yeah. It's a helmet too, isn't it?
And
I'm trying to get a helmet on it. But
you hear that, Raymond? It's a helmet.
I'm not that good with a knife.
No.
No, but yeah.
You got to learn somehow.
Yeah.
just, I know that it would be a great spectacle for YouTube, but I recommend not cutting your finger off just to do the YouTube thing.
Well, yeah, no, not a good idea. That definitely will put us in another category. No. And then, yeah, we'll see how it goes with the fighters here, too, if they're settled in.
Yep, Raymond, next week, we want to see pictures of your helmet.
We want a Viking helmet, a needle-bound Viking helmet. Yeah, Raymond with style. Okay, but we're going to leave you now because I got to go home and make dinner for Karl, and I promised I'd feed him if he told a story.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I have to feed him now. That long day. Okay, bye-bye. Thanks for playing with us.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye. End stream. Do you want to end? Yay!